5-yard line, first and goal.
All right, folks, we apologize for the technical difficulties, but Glenville is back driving, first and goal, and hands off to number 3, and there's a flag on the play. Glenville does score the touchdown, but there is a flag on the play, so let's see what the flag is about.
Come on, guys, we got root hog. Root hog and dig them out. Backers can clean up.
They signaled touchdown, but I did not hear anything about the penalty, so I don't know what the penalty was about. So I'm going to assume it was on Glenville, as Glenville is lining up first and 10, or first and goal, rather, on the 3.
Can the referees tell us if it's a touchdown or not? Please let us know. Is it a touchdown?
The referees are, the guy working the PA is even trying to get a word on what's going on. So when they give us the word, we will give you guys the word. Well, it was a touchdown, and it will be a 2-point conversion. So Glenville did get the touchdown, and they just got the 2-point conversion.
Glenville touchdown.
And that will make it a 14-0 game. Raphael Williams on the 2-point conversion, and Glenville will be kicking off. So it is officially 14-0 Glenville, with 9:26 left to go in the third quarter. Glenville will be kicking off. The kick is away. A short kick. Bobbled and picked up by number 7, and he is picked up. Or number 1, Deion Floyd, excuse me. So Deion Floyd was picked up the ball, and he's picked up. And it'll be first and 10 at the 30, what looks like the 32-yard line. Actually, it'll be the 36 or 37-yard line of Rhodes.
First and 10, Rhodes will be just above the 30-yard line.
Okay, so first and 10 at the 30 or 31-yard line for Rhodes. Prats is at QB, waiting for the snap. Prats takes the snap, hands off, and Deion Floyd is stopped in the backfield. Tried to shake the tackler, but it looks like the momentum has officially shifted
Yeah,
in
Glenville's
Glenville's favor.
23, Joseph Larkin.
I'm not going to say I'm surprised to see that, as Glenville does thrive off of momentum, and they have not relinquished, as we've said earlier in the game, we have not relinquished control of the Senate since 1997. It looked in the first half as if that could have been a possibility, but Jalen, you gotta think now. Rhodes has got to start doing more things to get positive plays.
Absolutely, Rhodes has to change something because Glenville's coming hard with the defense.
Pratt's passes, and it's picked off. It's picked off by number 2, Bryce West.
Bryce West stuck with him the whole time. There was like no room in between them. He read that play perfectly and got the interception.
Yeah, he did, and he made a play on it, and Glenville has thrown blood in the water, and it'll be 1st and 10 on the Glenville 40, where turnovers are abundant now. Glenville scored off of a 60-yard fumble recovery in the first half, and now they have an interception to go with it. So now they're looking to get points off of turnovers, as Glenville and Bryce West got the interception, and they will be looking to turn this into more points. And Glenville calls a timeout. Another miscommunication on the first timeout, and everybody will head to each of the respective sidelines and see what's going on and what adjustments need to be made. As we said earlier, this game is for the battle of first place, as there is a 3-way tie currently for first place, as Rhodes, Glenville, and East Tech all have 1 win, and they have no losses in the L column. And now it's looking as if Glenville, depending on what East Tech does later today, Glenville may or may not have first place. But Glenville does see East Tech later on in the season.
That'll be a good game. There's still a lot of time left on the clock, so Rhodes has a really good chance to tie this game up. First they gotta stop Glenville, but there's still a lot of time on the clock. We'll see if they can get their defense to stop them this drive.
Indeed, and it is 1st down and 10 after the interception for Glenville on the 40-yard line. Pugh under center, drops back to pass. He throws a dime, and it is caught. It is a catch. Even with the great defense. Even with the great defense. Jermaine Foster with the catch, and there is a Rhodes player down. Once again, bro, I don't know if it's cramping or a bad landing, but Jermaine Foster comes down with the catch, and he will give the Tarblooders a 1st down.
There's not too much you can do about that because that was great defense play. That was just an amazing catch by Jermaine Foster.
Indeed it was, but could we have saw some flag on the play? There was a flag on the play. So it was an illegal procedure penalty against Glenville, and it will take the catch away. And that could be an interesting turn, as we did not see the flag thrown. Ashton Pugh made the pass. He was at quarterback. It was actually last week's 216 Sports Network Player of the Week for his 4-touchdown performance against Collinwood. So, seeing him finally drop back to pass, it's amazing to know that he has the ability to pass with the running game that he has. He has running back by committee, and he's actually a very accurate quarterback. So, it's interesting to see that Glenville's turning around and throwing the ball this half after running the ball most of the first half.
Just get a little pressure off Vic so he's not taking so many hits and he can actually set his feet.
So after the penalty, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Tarblooders. The ball is still on the 40-yard line. Pugh under center. Hands off to number 3. And number 3 gets a lane. That is Raphael Williams, but he is stopped at the 50. Number 4, Calvin Gore on the tackle. So he gains 12, and that is a Glenville Tarblooders first down. And there is a timeout by Rhodes with 8:03 left in the third quarter. And like you said, Jalen, Rhodes still has a chance to win this game. It's just the adjustments have to be made.
Absolutely. We will see if they make those adjustments. But as of right now, Glenville's running, just keeps running on them. We'll see if they can make that if they can make that adjustment.
Yeah, adjustments against Glenville are few and far in between. I'm not saying that you can't make adjustments. It's just Glenville is such a well-coached team by Coach Ginn and his coaching staff that you have to pretty much game plan for the adjustments that are made to your adjustments. And that's what seems to be the issue here, as Glenville with the ball is driving and on the road side of the 50, and it's looking as if Glenville needs to put this game on ice with at least another touchdown or 2 more touchdowns, as their defense has stood the test of Rhodes, and a very good Rhodes defense at that. So after the timeout, it is 1st and 10, Glenville at the 48-yard line. Pugh drops back to pass. He looks, flushes out the pocket, finds a lane, but he is tackled at the 45, and there's a flag, a late flag on the play. Deshaun Coleman on the tackle.
Last 2 plays, we haven't had anyone on the edge on the weak side,
So,
on the side back line.
So it is a penalty on Rhodes, and it will be a first down. It looks like it was a personal foul penalty. So with that being said, after the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 Rhodes on the 30-yard line, and Pugh is under center. And Fullerton at running back. Pugh hands off to Fullerton. Fullerton through the hole, and he is stopped after a gain of what looks like 6. It looks like 6. Okay, 7. And it will be 2nd and 3 for the Tarblooders on the Rhodes 23-yard line. Rhodes fighting hard, but that defense has been on the field a long time.
You got to imagine that they're tired. They keep doing it. The run game is definitely getting them tired, and they're taking advantage of that.
Pugh takes the snap, hands off to Fullerton. Fullerton tries to break a tackle, but he is stopped again. It looks like a gain of 1. It's a gain of 3, and there's another injured Rhodes player down. So we will send to the injured Rhodes player, and we will be back.
That's what they gain us.
Okay, after the injury timeout, it is 1st and
No, I got
10. Well, it's actually 3rd and 1 for the Tarblooders.
I got you.
And
I got you.
Pugh under center. Pugh hands off to number 3, Raphael Wendels. He breaks a tackle. He's still going. And he's finally down inside the 15-yard line.
Glenville's run game has been something to see this second half. They've been coming really strong, really good.
Yeah, they have. And I'm surprised they stuck with it in the first half because it looked like they could have threw some passes, but Coach Ginn is not the most conventional coach. So, again, if it's not broke, he's not going to fix it. So he sticks with it. Pugh under center again. Hands off to number 7, who shakes a couple tackles, but he is also swarmed by a bunch of Rams. So it'll be 3rd and what looks like about 5 on the inside the 10, so he'd be on the 9 or the 8-yard line. And it's amazing to see Rhodes fighting as hard as they have. They're only a couple of plays away from tying this game up.
Absolutely, they can get a good stop right here, and then have a great, because the pass game hasn't been looking bad for them. They just had a few mistakes, but the pass game.
Fullerton is stopped in the backfield, and he is down with a loss of 3.
The pass game is something I'd look forward with going with Rhodes. Seems like they can excel in that because they've had a couple of plays that looks like they can break away and get an easy touchdown, but it's been a couple overthrows and that one interception, but there's nothing they can do about that. I just keep rolling with the pass.
Yeah, the pass game has worked for Rhodes, which is why I'm surprised that they haven't gone back to it as much as Glenville has gone back to the run. But that might be an adjustment they've made on the sideline. But either way, this has been an entertaining game. I don't think anybody expected Rhodes to keep this game as close as they have. So 3rd down and 10. Pugh drops back to pass. He's looking. He's out of the pocket. He tries to shake it. He throws, gets rid of it. Almost intercepted by number 4, Calvin Gore. So Rhodes did a great job of coverage. Almost got the sack and almost got the interception.
Looks like we're going unbalanced now.
Rhodes defense has been really impressing me today. I didn't see this coming into the game, but they're proving themselves that they're really good on defense.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what Rhodes will do when they get back on the field on the offense. And I'm hoping, if you're a Rhodes fan, you're hoping that
just whatever you guys want to do.
there's a play or a busted coverage or something that gets the momentum going for Rhodes, maybe even a touchdown out of that play. And Glenville takes another timeout, which leaves them with 1 at the end. Not even the 3rd quarter ending. It's 4:38 left in the 3rd quarter. So, to be honest, I'm shocked to see Glenville take this many timeouts because you hardly ever see them take timeouts in the Senate unless there's some type of miscommunication. So I don't think there's a miscommunication. I think that they're trying to figure out what they have to do to break this Rhodes defense because Rhodes has bended, but they haven't broke. Glenville has scored on a miscue, which was a fumble snap, and they got lucky with a 60-yard touchdown fumble recovery, and then they just drove down the field on offense last drive. So I'm wondering, in Coach Ginn's head, is he figuring or trying to figure out what does he have to do or what play he has to call to break this Rhodes defense?
The Rhodes defense is doing really well with their backs against the wall right now. They're not breaking at all. Like you said earlier, they're bending, but they're not breaking.
Yeah, they're not breaking, and that's something you got to hang your hat on is defense because defense does win championships, as you said earlier. So it is 4th and 10. The ball is on the 12-yard line, and
4th down 8 at the 12.
Glenville is looking to try to make something out of this. Pugh in the shotgun takes the snap. He rolls out. He looks. He throws the ball, and it is incomplete. Rhodes turns the ball over on downs. But there is a flag on the play. What could the flag be about, as there was an incomplete pass, and I don't think that ball was catchable, but due to the fact that we do not have replay, we can't go back and see it, but I'm going to stick with my original statement as that ball was not catchable. And it is a pass interference against Rhodes, which gives the Tarblooders first down. I don't agree with that call, but you know, as a former player, you can't really tell the refs you don't agree with the call. It just won't give you another one later on.
Yeah, the ref's going to call what he wants to call or what he thinks he sees. There's nothing you can really tell them.
You're absolutely right. Tough break for Rhodes. They almost got off the field, and I actually think they should have got off the field. I'm not going to say I agree or disagree with the call, but it is what it is, and it'll be 1st and 10, or will it? It should be 1st and 10, as the pass interference call in the high school level is a 15-yard penalty and not a spot foul. So I don't know where they're going to spot this ball. It looks like they spotted it on the 6-yard line, which would be half the distance to the goal line. So it'll be 1st and 10. Or 4th and 3 actually. And Pugh hands off to Williams, but Williams is stopped. And he looks short, and it looks like it'll be turnover on downs. It will be turnover on downs. Rhodes comes up with the stop they needed to keep Glenville out of the end zone. Yes, Rhodes will take over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 when we change sides. And Jalen, you were right. They got the stop they needed, and we'll see what they do from here.
Yeah, we'll see what they do from here for sure. Rhodes' defense has been impressing me late. They've been impressing me all game, actually. I didn't expect this, but they're showing themselves that they're very good on defense. Let's see if they can turn this into some offense now.
And they hurry on the field, but the bad part of this is they're backed up in their own shadow of their own end zone. You can literally see the goalpost behind them and the soccer net. So it'll be 1st and 10, Rhodes on what looks like the 3-yard line.
Glenville has been pressuring them all game. You got to wonder what they're going to do here.
Yeah, and with the defensive line Glenville has, I'm not opposed to seeing them use 4-4. And they get through the line, and it is a safety. Just as you said, they dialed up a blitz, and they came through and got it. And there will be 2 points for Glenville, and the score will now be 16-0.
16, Rhodes 0.
And now the score is 16-0, and Rhodes is not having a good day up front, but they have been fighting. Glenville drove all the way down to turn it over on downs, but the defense comes through as they work it out and get a safety, putting pressure on Pratt's at the right time, depending on who you are. Right place, wrong time, wrong place, right time. And it just looks like Glenville is taking control of this game, essentially trying to put the game on ice. And we are back. We are getting ready to see the free kick for Rhodes. Ironically, this is the first time I've been to, or I've called a Senate game where the mercy clock has not come on yet. And for those watching, the mercy clock is anytime a team is has a 30-point lead, they run the clock continuously as to save injuries and prevent embarrassment. So to see Rhodes still in this game, literally, is amazing. And the kick is up, it's short, it bounces. Nobody's picked it up yet, but now somebody has. Picks it up, takes it, and tries to shake a tackle. He does shake a tackle, but then he's brought back down at the Glenville. Looks like the Glenville 45. It'll be 1st and 10 Tarblooders.
Right to left with the ball carrier, brought down number 13, Tyshawn Lane.
Gotta take a moment because when you look at this game, on paper you would think Glenville would just dominate this game. But as we said earlier, Rhodes has had a great season so far. They've got non-conference wins. They came into this game with a great win over John Hay. And John Hay was actually picked by certain news sources, news outlets, to actually be second place in the Senate. So with that being said, the way Rhodes has performed today, few passes to number 1, Jermaine Foster, and Foster takes the pass and is down at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 7. But as we said earlier,
48-yard line, a gain of 8, second down 2.
a 48-yard line, second down and 2. But as we said earlier, the way James Rhodes has been fighting in this game, I may have to say that I'm not so sure that second place is locked up. But this is a big step for Rhodes as they pretty much kept control of Glenville's offense, which is hard to do. So Pugh in a 5-wide receiver set. Pugh takes the snap, passes it again to a screen pass, but it's dropped. It might be a fumble, and it is. But is it recovered by Rhodes, or is it okay, it was recovered by Glenville, and it is a big stop. As it was a loss of 9, so it brings it back to 3rd down and 10, and the ball is spotted on the 40. Rhodes comes up with a defensive stop, and now Glenville is flexing out the Rhodes defense as Ashton Pugh waiting on the signal, and another 5-wide receiver set. Pugh takes the snap and heads up the middle, takes off, but he runs into his own lineman and is then stopped at the Glenville 46-yard line. And Glenville will be forced to punt. Number 5, Zatarian Ward will be back to punt. And number 13, Raylan West. Tyshawn Lane or Steve Cummings, and the kick is away. He lets the ball roll out of bounds at the 19, but let's see where the referees spotted. Yes, they spotted at the 19. So it's 1st and 10. Rhodes at the 19-yard line. And Rhodes showing some life still, but have to put a drive together to get back into this game. Pratt was sacked on the play by number 99, Ramir Askew. And the pressure has been on since the third quarter started for Glenville. They've blitzed and sent more than Rhodes can block at a time. And I'm wondering if Coach Ginn is going to keep the heat on, as it's been working. And Rhodes doesn't seem to have an offensive strategy against the blitz. So
Actually, a loss of 10.
loss of 10, so second down and 20 for Rhodes. Ball spotted on the 10-yard line. Pratt takes the snap. He throws, and it is incomplete. And it looks like there's a flag on the play. And we'll see what the flag is about.
It'll be 3rd and 20.
It'll be 3rd and 20, but we didn't get a sign on what the flag was about. It'll be holding against the Rams. That'll back them up even more. This is unfortunate for the Rams, so it'll be 3rd down. Actually, look, they're moving the ball forward, so
15-yard penalty on Glenville.
it'll be a penalty against Glenville. We apologize for that. So the penalty against Glenville will move the ball up. It'll be 3rd and
Take the ball up to the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, 5.
It'll be 3rd and 5. The ball will be spotted on the Rams. Looks like the Rams 26-yard line.
1st and 10.
Okay, excuse me. They changed the sticks, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams at the 26-yard line. Pratt's back at the shotgun. Pratt takes the snap, hands off to number 24. 24 hits the edge, and he is flipped. So that run was by Jamarius Hope. And Hope scurries for about a gain of, looks like 5, maybe 4 on the play.
Hope with the ball carrier. Takes the ball up to the 30-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd down, 6.
So it'll be 2nd and 6, and Rhodes is trying to muster up some offensive production, and they have been able to move the ball, which not a lot of teams get to do against Glenville. And that will do it for the third quarter. So with that third quarter, 3 in the books, Glenville 16, Rhodes 0. We'll be back with the 4th and final quarter here in a moment. All right, we are back with the 4th and final quarter here. And before we get started, the referees are getting set. So looks like, actually it looks like Rhodes has taken a timeout. So with that, we will wait a couple seconds until the 30-second timeout is taken. This has been a chess match so far, as both teams have taken timeouts to try to figure out what needed to be done. And the hardly ever see Glenville take a timeout early in the third quarter or early in the first quarter. So I think this was a good test for Glenville if they can hold on to win. But as we said earlier, it's still a game as Rhodes is not out of it. 2 touchdowns can really turn this game around.
12 minutes is a lot of time in football.
Indeed it is, and at the rate that both defenses are playing, it's bound to be one of those who has the ball last moments if Rhodes can, muster some life back into this game. So, 2nd down and 6 for Rhodes. Pratt takes the snap, he drops back, he's looking for a receiver, and he ends up throwing it out of bounds as he is pressured heavily. Glenville has brought the blitz a lot this second half. They've sent 6, 7 guys at a time and dropped the rest back in coverage. So Glenville has had a knack for putting heat on Pratt today.
And that's what they have to do, because if you give Pratt some time back in the pocket, he'll go out the pocket and he'll gain some yards, like as we saw in the first quarter. They were doing really well with that. And then later on in the first quarter, Glenville started bringing pressure, and they stopped all of that.
Yeah, very good point. As Pratt has shown he's a great runner as a quarterback. Most teams see a running quarterback and just assume he's a running quarterback. As Pratt hits up the middle, he drags a couple of Glenville Tarblooders with him, and he gains 4. But as we said, most people see running quarterbacks as just that, not realizing that Pratt has actually thrown great balls today. He's just overshot his targets a couple of times. And the one with Calvin just made a great catch and a great adjustment on the ball. If they can get more of that from Gore, this game can turn around real quickly. It's a fumble on the play, and Glenville picks it up for another touchdown. Jermaine Agee again shows his presence as he gets another ball in his hands. Jermaine Agee has been sniffing out the ball a lot. And now the game is actually out of hand, as it'll be 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. Actually, 3. It's now a 3-score game. Excuse me. As Glenville has now gotten 2 touchdowns off of turnovers, and Zatarian Ward is back for the kick, the PAT. But defense comes through for Glenville once again, as they have now scored 2 touchdowns off of turnovers and scored in a matter of not having a good offensive day, as if they only scored 1 offensive touchdown. And the kick is up, and it is no good. So another missed opportunity to take a bigger lead, but at this point, it's not going to really matter, as the score is now 22-0 in favor of Glenville. And honestly, with 10:56 left, it's a 3-score game, but I know it sounds crazy, but it's still not over for Rhodes. I've seen crazier things happen in the world of football, and Jalen, I'm sure you have as well.
I have as well. Yeah, it's definitely not over for Rhodes. They have 10 minutes and 56 seconds left in the game. It's a lot of time in football, so I would not count them out yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, but Rhodes has to put something together. And there's no way of getting around it, because this is a scenario where it's a battle for first place. Despite what East Tech has going on, it's still a battle. And if you can not only is this a battle for first place in the Senate, this is a battle for playoff points. As, again, Rhodes did very well in their non-conference schedule. They only lost once. And in the Cleveland-Akron series, they came out with a win against Akron Kenmore Garfield. So whoever comes out of this game with a win is going to have some playoff points, and it'll be hard-pressed to keep one, if not both teams out of the playoffs, depending on how the rest of their season goes. And Glenville set to kick off. And here we go. The kick is up. It is a short kick. And it's fumbled. Muffed, and he is drilled at the 25-yard line. And that is where Rhodes will take over. It's been a long day for Rhodes. They've moved the ball here and there and had success with moving the ball. And they've actually had success running the ball, which I don't think Glenville was expecting. And even with the one pass they completed, they had some success with the pass. And it's making me wonder if Glenville made the right adjustment, or is this just a bad day offensively for Rhodes?
I definitely think that Glenville made the adjustment. Like you said, you never seen Coach Ginn take timeouts early in the first quarter. I feel like after that, that's when they adjusted, because that's when they started applying more pressure to the offensive line.
Yeah, you're right. So Coach Ginn may have made the right adjustment, but we will see. 1st and 10 for Rhodes. Pratt takes the snap. He hands off to Floyd. He's down the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 37 or 38-yard line. But either way, it is a first down for Rhodes. So Floyd gets the first down on a jet sweep. And ball spotted on the 35, gain of 10. Rhodes going back to the run game, which is their bread and butter, and it's paid off here and there. The drive just hasn't been sustained. So it's first down. Pratt looks, and it is a miscommunication between receiver and quarterback, as Pratt threw outside and the receiver went inside, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Rams. And the officials have signaled to the timekeeper to stop the clock. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Rhodes. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. And Pratt takes the snap, hands off to Floyd. Floyd tries to go up the middle, but he is stopped. And it'll look like a loss of 1. Watson on the tackle for Glenville.
34-yard line, off the 3rd down 11.
3rd and 11 here for Glenville. Rhodes. And I'm wondering if they're going to go to a pass. The connection between Calvin Gore and Pratt's was beautiful in the first half. So I'm looking to see if Pratt and Gore will hook up again to get another first down. Pratt takes the snap, drops back to pass. He looks, he throws it deep, and it is knocked away at the last minute. But there is a flag on the play.
However, there is a flag on the play.
Number 22. Nazir Pitts on the play, breaks it up. It was a beautiful break on the ball, but was he early is the question, and apparently, according to the referees, he might have been. Still going live, so that's about it. as we said, pass interference penalties are not spot fouls in high school. They are, or high school or college. They are 15-yard penalties as opposed to the NFL where they are spot fouls. As you can see, Coach Gann trying to have a talk with the referee about the call, but either way, it still stands, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams, and the ball is near midfield, actually on the 49-yard line. So 1st and 10. 1st and 10 Rams. Pratt takes the snap, finds a lane, but he is stopped, and there is another flag on the play. The refs start throwing some laundry this half.
Yeah, there was no flags in the first half, and all of a sudden there's been 3 flags since the last possession.
Yeah, and wonder if Glenville is losing some discipline, as a couple of those flags have been on Glenville. Pratt passes, completes it to, I believe that's Gore. I can't tell the number. No, it is number 13, Tyshawn Lane. So Pratt has connected with Gore and Tyshawn Lane. And it was a beautiful pass. 1st down Rams. And the Rams are moving the ball, but is it too little too late? First and 10 Rams. The ball is spotted on the 29-yard line. Pratt takes the snap, hands off, drops back, is looking for a receiver, throws it, and it is complete to, it looks like 23, Ariane Cowling for a gain of, it looks like 6.
Passing works really well for them. Like as you said earlier, Glenville probably didn't expect Pratt to be like a throwing quarterback, as well as a mobile quarterback. It's nice to see what he's been doing with passing the ball as well as running the ball.
Indeed, and Pratt has kept his composure very well. Most quarterbacks who see the Glenville defense either don't do well in the passing game, or they are forced to throw a lot of turnovers, a lot of interceptions. So
even with all the pressure that Glenville's been giving Rhodes, Pratt still has not folded.
And that is a good thing. That is what you want to see out of your quarterback. So with that, Pratt could end up being, he's only a junior, so come next year, he can be more polished than he was this year, and that could be big going into next season. So, 2nd down and 4 for the Rams. Pratt drops back. He's looking, he throws it. The ball is tipped and is batted down, so it'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Rams.
Now by number 73, Cavarian Sanders. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 23.
And 6:55 left on the clock. If Rhodes can score quick here and get an onside kick, they may have a chance to turn this game around. Let's see what they do here. And this is a spread formation for Rhodes now, as Pratt is in the shotgun. Drops back. He throws a screen pass. It is a HP toss pass, and it is almost caught, just out of the reach. Number 24, Jamarius Hope attempts a pass, and it's just out of the reach
Of
of
from the 23.
number 13, Tyshawn Lane, is just out of his reach. That could have been big.
That could have been very big. You got to think, Rhodes would have liked that a lot. That would have changed the game.
I think that would have been a big momentum swing as well. The long passes have not been, they've been there, but receivers just can't get a hold of them, or they've been overthrown. But that was a very good play call at the right time for Rhodes, and I don't want to say they'll go back to that, but Glenville's defense now has to be aware that Rhodes is not afraid to throw the ball.
They've gotten a few wide passes open on them, just short of catching them, but it's showing that Rhodes can throw the ball deep and that they have the receivers that can catch them too.
And they do. And Rhodes takes another timeout. So with 6:31 left to play in the fourth quarter, there's a timeout, and we will be back after the timeout. And we are back, and it is 4th and 4 on the 23-yard line of Glenville, and it's 4-down territory for Rhodes. Pratt takes the snap. He's looking for a lane. He drives forward, and it looks like he will be short. And he is short, and it'll be turnover on downs. It'll be Glenville's ball at the 22 or 23-yard line of Glenville. Well, Glenville turns the ball over on downs. They have had chances, just overshot passes. They overshot a pass to Calvin Gore in the first quarter, but would have put the game at 6-0, maybe 7-0 in favor of Rhodes. And then they just lost and overshot a pass to from Tyshawn Lane to Jamarius Hope, or from Jamarius Hope to Tyshawn Lane. And now Rhodes is back on defense, and Glenville has the ball. The 1st and 10, Tarblooders. Pugh under center, hands off to number 7 or number 3. It's number 3, Raphael Williams, and he gains 7 or 6 on the play.
At the 30-yard line, gain of 7.
So he gains 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 on the 30-yard line. Glenville looking to just run out the clock here. Glenville's going to milk the clock a little bit. And Pugh under center again. Williams at the back.